Yo, what's going on? So I've been doing these tours around Charlotte for quite a while. You know what I'm saying? I'm reached my 1 year anniversary, so to speak. You understand? For real. I'm not even lying. I'm down. I'm probably like up to part 74, 75. I got a couple more to go. You know what I'm saying? I plan on doing Carowinds, which is technically in South Carolina. Excuse me, let me make this factual. Half of the amusement park is technically in South Carolina, and the other half of the amusement park is technically in North Carolina. So Carowinds is shared by both states, right? I'm gonna do Carowinds. I'm gonna do Great Wolf Lodge, that's in Concord Mills, are located in Concord, North Carolina. Carowinds is an amusement park, for those that don't know. It's sort of like Great Adventures, Six Flags. It's a little bit smaller. Great Wolf Park or Lounge is like the hotel that's in Pennsylvania. The Poconos, in the Poconos, where they have the indoor pool, and the whole water park. They have that. That is just like that. They have the indoor version of it and they have the outdoor version of it. I'll be doing that in the earlier part of September, right after Labor Day weekend. I'm thinking about doing Whitewater Park, but I don't know exactly if I'm gonna do it or not, because it's very pricey. I mean, Carowinds is a little pricey too. I mean, you go on the weekdays, it's $45, then the weekends is $50. And the Great Lodge, whatever that, you gotta buy the hotel room comes along with it. So I spent about $300, $400, $500. It's nothing, I'm gonna take my daughter there. The reason why I spent, a little bit more than usual is because it has the one I'm getting, the suite that I'm getting has a whirlpool in it, so, or rather a hot tub. So I had to kind of jazz it up or whatever. So I'm gonna do a couple more until I and then after that I'm done. But for the most part, I know you all have been wondering why I've always chose Steele Creek. Now, I was in the YMCA and I was in the sun. I was talking to this young dude, this young cat. Me and him, we mad cool or whatever, you know what I'm saying? We work out here and there together. And he was like, talking about Uptown, where he live at. I was like, man, I used to do Postmates like last year. It was like a year and a half ago or something like that. And I did the Uptown area, and I hated it because it wasn't nothing but a bunch of kids there. And that's what I try to explain to everybody as far as dealing with the geographical map, the layout with Charlotte, that there are age groups when dealing with certain particular parts of Charlotte. And depending on what age you are, will all depend on where you're gonna live at. So Uptown, the whole Uptown and South Boulevard, the South Boulevard closer to Uptown, going towards Uptown, not the other end, but the one that's closer going to Uptown, and South End, Central Avenue, all of that area, Noda area, it's all young cats, young kids. The age group ranges from anywhere between 22 to about 36, 37. Little to no people that have children in that area. And if it's older people that do live in that area, they don't have any children, no family or nothing. They don't even have a girlfriend or boyfriend. They just work in Uptown, and it's really, really convenient. But I was, discussing on how, like, I used to do Postmates, and it's a couple of buildings that's high rises, condos and apartments that it's known as the weed apartments. I'm serious. Like, I'm not gonna name no names or nothing like that, because I don't know who's looking at this video. But for those that know, you know what I'm saying, it is a couple apartment buildings that are known for having reefer weed, and they have their parties and things like that. And we were joking and everything, and then he was like, yo, well, before he lived in the Uptown area, he actually lived in Steele Creek, and he was like, yo, he loved it. It was mad cool, laid back, or whatever. So the reason why I chose Steele Creek is for that prime reason, is because it's laid back, it's cool. It's really both. It gives you the mostly of a family orientated type of vibe, but then also young cats could live here too, because they have the, you know, swanky apartments. Especially like where I'm about to go in Berwick. You know, I mean, all of this is just walking distance where I'm about to go. And then you have access, look to the left and the right. You have Lake Wiley here. You have Top Golf right up the street. Pretty Ricky put me on to Arsley. I forgot the name of that joint, but it's right by the YMCA. You can't miss it. It's right behind the YMCA in Arsley, YMCA Express. It's a restaurant, but it's a bowling. It's a small bowling alley in there. You can play pool. It's so much stuff to do in this area. You got Carowinds. You know, if you're into like shopping, you know, you have, you know, different shopping areas. You have Whitehall. Of course, I wouldn't advise you to go to that Walmart there, because you might get shot. But other than that, that whole area, you have Berwick area that I'm about to go to. I like going to the Berwick area, the Harris Teeter one, when I don't want to run my mouth, because everybody's used to seeing me in the Rivergate area, that Harris Teeter. So it's like I gotta go in there and spend 40 to 50 minutes talking to everybody. But anyway, the Berwick area, then you have Rivergate, of course. You know, and you got your you know, your regular stores, you know, your Best Buy, your Marshalls, your TJ Maxx, your Home Goods, you got Target, you got Old Navy. There's so many stores over there till it's ridiculous for you to spend your money, you know. And then right up the street from that, you got Teeter K, where they have a Walmart and they have their own shopping area too. And you know, it's right along this South Carolina state line. So gas prices are really good. You understand? You drive the Carowinds right there in that area, that cluster area. You have about 3 or 4 gas stations that you go to, and every time you go to those particular gas stations located in South Carolina, the gas is always 10 to 15 cent difference between, you know, Charlotte city limits than South Carolina. And then you have Fort Mill, and you have Rock Hill, which is right up the street. You also have Ballantyne. You know, we're right at the bottom. You understand? So this is the reason why it's a laid back area, because of the fact that we don't get no riffraff. I mean, nobody really knows about this area except for those that actually live out here. I know a lot of people will say, man, stop encouraging people to move out here because of blah, 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 blah. Man, listen, everybody has their own taste. Some people like to be caught in the midst of everything, you know, when it's live and it's popping. And I always advise those people to live in places like Uptown, the Noda area, the University area. It's popping in those areas. But right here in Rivergate, the Steele Creek area, is popping, but it's popping in a different way. Meaning that what's popping is most people, you know, have cookouts, you know, in their backyards, and you see, you know, on 4th of July and Thanksgiving, the cars lined up, you know, on the left and the right hand side of the street. So most people are like having like house parties and stuff like that. It's little to no violence out here. It's just a laid back ass area. I can't even front. Like, I wear flip flops all day, every day, and I don't feel threatened. I don't have people looking at me like I'm strange or anything. You see what I'm saying? I'm cooling out. Yeah, it's one thing, man, that I love about this area is that you don't have to front. You don't have to stunt. You can just be who you want to be. That's why I hated living in New York, man, because it always had to be a fashion. It always had to be a fashion statement every time you walked out of your damn house. It was always a catwalk. You understand? Like red carpet and shit. As soon as you walk out of the house, you had to just have all the latest gear, all for nothing. You understand? Look at these people, man. They relax. They lay back. Yeah, you go ahead, man. Do your thing. Man, when you in Rivergate, no problem, man. When you in Rivergate, man, everybody's like, hey, how you doing? Good morning. All that shit. All that, man. Everybody's mad cool and laid back. And that's what I like about it. You said nobody's not in a rush. You know what I'm saying? It's 2:06, and you would think people, you know, in a rush to get back to work and all of that. Man, most of the people I keep on saying Rivergate, Steele Creek area, you know, they make good money. I think I'm the only broke person here. And I'm not really broke like that. I'm saying broke in you know, I got money saved and stuff like that. I'm talking about broke in a way where, you know what I'm saying, like, my 401k plan ain't looking like this, and you know what I'm saying, I don't have like a bunch of investments and different things like that. I don't have, like, they got this one spot like right up the street from where I live at, and it's mad convenient. You know what I'm saying? It's a storage place, and it's nothing. All they store is, like, you know, boats, yachts, Winnebagas and stuff like that. You know, I don't have that type of stuff. But yo, listen, pardon me. Excuse me, I apologize. I know I'm doing this video or whatever, but I gotta run in here real quick to Harris Teeter. They got the best kale and the spinach over here. I always highly recommend that you all, you know, eat a great diet that includes green leafy foods. You understand? So let me run in here. It's gonna be about 20-30 minutes with me in there, but of course, once I come back, it'll be like, what, 2 seconds, you know what I'm saying? You know, you ain't gonna even like be able to tell that I was in there that whole time. All right, give me a second. Okay, I'm back. I want to say one thing. I want to add on one more thing as far as dealing with, you know, healthy eating habits. And that one thing is, yeah, you know, I went to the store and I got some GMO corn, because most corn right nowadays, well, I ain't gonna say GMO because it did say local, but then, you know, of course it could be GMO. But anyway, I got some corn, some broccoli, some spinach, and some mushrooms. And what else did I get? That was about it. And it came up to $30. Now, some people may sit back and say that that's too much. You know what I'm saying? And this is the reason why I don't eat healthy. But just look at it like this. This is the logical way to look at it. And then you could say in your mind, yo, it does make sense. Because I like being logical, you understand? So the logical way to look at it is, do you want to spend your money now, $30, $40, $50 on vegetables and eating healthy? Or do you want to spend your money on medicine, pills? One pill costing $50 for high blood pressure, and you got to get 30 pills. You understand? So it kind of reasons out. You understand? Like, you definitely don't want to spend thousands of dollars in a hospital. So what would you rather do? Shop at Whole Foods and save a couple of hundred or thousands of dollars? Or you just want to eat the bullshit that you eat, and then when it's time for you to get your damn, you know, all these damn surgeries you got to get in order to be healthy, and it costs $1,000, and then you got to, what is it? You got to, your insurance don't pay all of it, and then you got to pay some of it. It's just too much. Just listen, drink some water. It's just simple, yo. Drink some water, exercise, you know, work out, and eat right. We're not asking you to give up your pork and your meat and stuff like that. All I'm asking you to do is just cut back a little bit. That's it. Save you some money. Save you all of the future hospital visits that you may have to, you know, have. Whether it's you going for your, you know, you going, or your family members. So let's get back. So right now we're leaving the Berwick area. This is Steele Creek. On the left-hand side, you got the Charlotte Premier Outlets, and that has, you know what I'm saying, Nordica, Tommy Hilfiger, Old Navy, a whole bunch of stuff. So look at what you have right up here. Like, I'm about to make this right because I got to go get some gas, and then I'm going to circle around and go to Steele Creek. I'm in Steele Creek, Rivergate area, which is still in Steele Creek. Man, could y'all come on, man? So when you come up here and you go over 485 and you make a left to get you make a right to get on the highway, I say at least about 5 minutes is the airport from here. So look at what you're getting into, and look at what's within reaching. You know, you know what you could put your hands on. I love it, you know, because every time I take a flight out, I don't have to be there 3-4 hours, you know, early. I stay right up the street. Now, taking heat, I do get up there a little early because of the fact that, you know, it could be long lines. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, I don't have to spend long periods of time. I don't have to take 3, 4, 5 hours, because I live across town, to, you know, go to the airport. The airport is right up the street from me, 5 minutes away. So this is the reason why I like living in this area. You understand? And Steele Creek takes up a large portion of the south part of Charlotte. You understand? Like it kind of creeps into Ballantyne. You know, if I were to take this highway right here, which is 485, and you could do about 70 on this highway. Of course, you know, people do 80. You can't get no ticket if you do 10 miles over the speed limit. Now, if you do 90, 95, you know, every now and then I do that. But, you know, I don't mean to dry snitch on myself. But, hey, if I'm in a rush or in a hurry, that's what I do. And the reason why I said that is because most people do the same damn thing. You will get ticketed, but they hardly ticket people in this area. That's another thing. We got a Steele Creek precinct right up the street, you know, where, you know, the police officers are dedicated to that area, Steele Creek, but not really too much goes on. You know, the police officers in Steele Creek are mad chill from my interactions with them, and you know, just dealing with them. Of course, you're in a different side of town where it's a different tax bracket. Most people that live in Steele Creek are hardworking people. You know what I'm saying? Middle class folks. I don't believe anybody right now that's living in the Steele Creek area is, you know, under Section 8. So you won't get, and not to say that people that are under Section 8 that live by, you know, that have houses, that rent out houses or whatever, you know, are bad people. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying for those that are, you know, that do, you know, are on Section 8, and they are, you know, your regular, I don't want to do shit in life and I just want to live off the government, you very rarely catch that in the Steele Creek area. So therefore, your what is it? You know, in the housing market, your house won't go down, depreciate, you know, in money wise. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for the words, but they're not coming out right. But in other words, layman's term, the worth of your house won't go down. There's no gentrification in this area. This is a new area, you know what I'm saying, that just I mean, it didn't exist like about 20 years ago. You understand? A lot of the area in Steele Creek was just like basically farmland or just like grass. When I first came out here in 2009, where we're about to go in the Rivergate area, they were just building that up. So, like, most of these areas, with the exception of Whitehall, and, you know, you do have your older houses that's, you know, sprinkled around the Steele Creek area. With the exception of that, you know, in older communities, with the exception of that, most of the communities that's that exist in Steele Creek are fairly new. You know, the house that I live in, it was built in 2011. The community that I live in, I'm only assuming, I don't know this to be factual. It's probably built from what it appears to be. It's probably built, to me, in my opinion, the early 2000s. You understand? 2004, whatever have you. This area right here, it gets real congested and cluttered. You know, because like in the mornings and in the afternoons. Western House Boulevard, I'm gonna tell you right now, that is the hardest street to get through. I mean, it'll get you in the heart of Steele Creek, but the thing of it is that Western House, South Tryon, it goes across South Tryon, and it goes across Steele Creek Road, and in that area, it's nothing but commercial. It's commercial in that area. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of trucks, and that's about it. And it holds up traffic. So try not to use Western House. Mostly all of these streets they're like really heavy in traffic. You know, as the afternoon progresses, you know, around 4 or 5 o'clock, rush hour, I guess. This area really gets congested because we're in North Carolina right now, but once we get off of the exit, we'll officially be in South Carolina. So a lot of South Carolinians actually work in the Charlotte area, and then they go home. Because of course, you know, I mean, you know, I thought about living in South Carolina, but I can't do it. You understand? But the thing of it is what's good about South Carolina is you get more bang for your buck. You get more land. The houses are cheaper in South Carolina. See the sign, welcome to South Carolina. On the right hand side, you see Carowinds. But yeah, you know, the houses are cheaper. You get more bang for your buck. You know, it's more land to the front, to the back, to the left and the right hand side of you. So I mean, it's for those that are introverts that like to be away from everyone. I would consider living in South Carolina if I were you. If you're a minority, I mean, you have to be picky and kind of, you know, picky on where you live. But that's just about everywhere. See, right here, you see the sign? Welcome to South Carolina, York County. I'm not trying to be funny, and I hate saying this. I'm not trying to be racist, which doesn't make sense to me. But most black people, we already know what's up. You know what I'm saying? You do have to be very picky on where you live at, because some people just don't want you to live in their communities based on the pigmentation of your skin. The more melanin you have, the more it becomes a hassle. The less melanin you have, from what I've seen, you know, it's a good thing. You know, but for the most part, we're in South Carolina officially. I'm about to hit this gas station right here. I'm gonna turn off the camera for now because damn, gas prices are $2.99. It was just $2.80, like $2.80. Fuck. All right, man. I ain't gonna even complain about it. I just gotta get the gas. I'm gonna get the gas and then I'm gonna turn it back on, and we're gonna do, you know, we're gonna do a little bit more talking. I'm gonna show you Rivergate, and then after that, I'm gonna end it. All right? Give me a second. Okay, here we are. So Carowinds is on the right-hand side, and you have Cabela's, world's foremost outfitters. They sell ammunition as well as firearms. Place that I frequently visit as much as possible, I'll say that. But yeah, this is Carowinds on the right-hand side. We are officially in South Carolina, but as you gonna see, we're gonna come up maybe a couple of seconds from now, about a minute and a half from now, and you'll see welcome to North Carolina, or North Carolina, Charlotte city limits, one of those signs. So it's really confusing how you can leave one state and drive into another, and the way that the markings are, it's just really confusing, because like I said, half of Carowinds is located in South Carolina and the other half is located in North Carolina. And this is pretty much still the Steele Creek area. You know, once it turns into, you know, North Carolina, of course. On the right-hand side, as you can see, that's the water park. That's part of Carowinds. So if you can see it on the right-hand side, we're coming up to it. It says, welcome to North Carolina State Line, Mecklenburg County. So officially, we're back in Steele Creek. You see what I'm saying? Get over right here, try to bum rush these cars right here. What have I missed? So Steele Creek offers a variety of places that you could live in. You know, they have apartments, they have townhomes. I see I'm not gonna be able to bum rush this Mustang. I was highly mistaken. I'm gonna let him go ahead and pass me. Okay, thank you. I could bum rush this Ford behind me though. Regular Ford. I think it's like a, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, yeah, so you have apartments, you have a variety of places you can live in. You have apartments, you have townhomes, you have regular homes, you have duplexes. You know, I don't know if they have any rooms that you can rent out here. You know what I'm saying? I never, you know, checked for that because of the fact that, you know, I have a family, you know. They have, man, they have so many communities till it's ridiculous out here. And from what I've seen, every community has a community pool and a playground area for the children to play in. And some communities have better amenities, you know, such as your pool and your playground area, more than others. You know, where I live at, we have a soccer ball field, not a soccer, let me take it back. Let me be official with it. So in our community, we have a outdoor pool, we have a place where you could play, oh man, I forgot what it's called. It's not soccer, it's the other joint. Volleyball, yeah, volleyball. We have like a one basketball goal. I wouldn't call it a court. You know what I'm saying? It's like right in the middle of the parking lot if you choose want to play basketball. But the unique thing about our community is connected to a park. And it's like you can walk into the park. Like they have the sidewalk that takes you right into the park. And right into the park is like the elementary school is there. And then you have in the park 3 soccer fields. You have frisbee. I don't know, it's a new sport that they got going on. I don't know, but it got something to do with a frisbee. You have the playground for the kids. You have 3 basketball courts. And you have an area where you can, and people rent that place out all the time. They don't even rent it out, my fault. I think you're supposed to rent it out, but most people that I see, they just put their food in there and start cooking out. And you can walk into a party at any time, you understand? Because most of the time when they out there, they have their speakers, you know, blasting their music. And it could be, you know, Hispanics, it could be blacks, it could be whites. Most of them are very welcoming. I wouldn't advise you to just like, you know, like intrude on their party. You know, if you're walking around and they just so happen to say you want a hamburger, you want a hot dog or something like that, and they want you to participate in their activities, then by all means, you know, if you feel like it, do it. But other than that, don't go over there and start being nosy and asking what they cooking and why they playing the music, that. Don't be an asshole. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we have that big park that's available to us. That's within walking distance. I don't even have to get in a car. I mean, it's most of the time when I go to the park, I allow a lot of children to ride their bike to the park, and I may drive or walk. It's optional. But most communities have a you know, like a pool, outdoor pool, you know, where the kids could play at or whatever have you. Now, the 2 apartments that I recommend when you get out here is Enclave at Rivergate and Bexley at Steele Creek. Bexley at Steele Creek has a state-of-the-art gym. I'm not gonna lie, prior to me joining the YMCA, it took me a while because I was saying to myself, well, why should I go to the YMCA and pay $30, $40, $50? You know, just depends on your membership, and they go by based on your for us poor people, you're making I think it's under 100,000 or something like that, 75,000, whatever. They go based on your taxes. So but even though, you know, I still pay about $50, you know, you understand? And that's pretty cheap for, you know, a membership and the amenities that I'm getting, especially being that I can go to any YMCA that I want to in the city of Charlotte. And some of the, which is crazy because they have separate branches, but they're still YMCAs in different states. But some of the YMCAs, they acknowledge me. You know, I've been to Hollywood, in Florida, right next to Fort Lauderdale in Miami. I've been to that YMCA with no problems. I've been to South Carolina YMCAs with no problem. I've actually been to Atlanta when I first went there, and they was like, "Yo, we don't honor the Charlotte YMCA membership," and I had to immediately transfer my. Look at this guy. Yo, I'm recording. I'm trying to sell people the area, and then he wants to be an asshole. I'm not literally trying to sell y'all the area, but you know what I mean. So the Enclave is right on the right-hand side. So I was really like debating, like, this is new right here on the left-hand side called a Haven. This is nothing but about 3 years old. And you can't see it right here on the right-hand side because it's hidden behind all these trees. It's an apartment complex. That ain't nothing. That's nothing but like about 5 years old too. So, I gotta go to Target real quick. And then they got Chick-fil-A. They just remodeled this Chick-fil-A that's on the left-hand side. They made it bigger and better. So what was I saying? Oh, okay. So I was highly debating it, and you know, I was sold as soon as I went to the Dow YMCA. But other than that, Bexley has a state-of-the-art gym, and it requires you to only pay your rent, and that's it. They actually have 2 gyms in there. Enclave, they just remodeled their clubhouse. They got a pool table in there, a TV. They got all of that stuff. But basically the same, Bexley has the same thing with the exception of the pool table. They used to have an indoor basketball court, but they turned that into a workout center. The same center that I'm telling you about. They have a computer room. Last time I lived there, all of them were Apple computers, which was crazy to me. You understand? Like, I just couldn't believe all four. It was like 4 or 5 in there. No, it was about 3 in there that were actually Apple computers, and then the other one was regular desktop computers. But other than that, man, I mean, I would recommend Bexley at Steele Creek, and Enclave. There are more apartments, but Enclave is right up the street, walking distance from where we at right here, this intersection. Bexley is right embedded into this Rivergate area, so you can walk into Harris Teeter. All of this area where the Enclave is at, where Bexley is all walking distance. So right on the right hand side, you have Walgreens, Nationwide, TJ Maxx, Five Below, Five Guys with Fives. You got Publix grocery store. You got 2 grocery stores right here, and then you cross the street and it's Harris Teeter further up. On the left hand side, you have Home Depot, Old Navy, Best Buy, Marshalls, Office Max, PetSmart, and Super Target. And you got McDonald's, TGIF, Buffalo Wings. They don't show all of that stuff because, of course, the thing is too small. You got Chick-fil-A on the left-hand side. And then you have these Chinese food. You got Cold Storm, Creamery, the ice cream spot. It's just a nice place, man, especially in the summertime. And they show movies on the lawn right up the street. No COVID and no DNA Delta strand either. But anyway, this is a place like on the weekends. Everybody chills out. The Cold Stone ice cream on the right-hand side. You got American Burger Company right here where all the water things sprouting. Everybody just chills out there, man. It's a nice area, man. I've never known this area to have any type of violence, except for on the right-hand side by the Exxon gas station. But it was an isolated incident. They knew each other, and both of the people weren't even from this area. And that happened, 6 years ago. You got K Jewelers right here. You got Penn Station. There's a lot of stuff in this area. I'm going to tell you, the only place that could really mess with this area is Waverly. Waverly is really nice, too. That's in Ballantyne. Waverly is really nice. They got a host food. And we got an Earth Fair that is like, for those that don't know what Earth Fair is, it's just like host food. But we have an Earth Fair here. They haven't reopened it yet. So you got GNC right here, Sally, beauty joint. You got Great Clips, Rack Room Shoes. And this is just a smidget of really what Rivergate has to offer. Because right across the street on the other side, they have places where you can eat which is the food sandwich joint, and man, home goods and all of that stuff, man. It's just, you can't beat this area. And this is the reason why I keep on recommending this area. And some people are gonna like it, and some people are not. And that's cool. You understand? And right behind TJ Maxx, they just got finished building an apartment complex, which is, they've been working on it for like 6 months. No, for a year. So officially, they just opened it up. So there's so many places for to live in. And for those, as you can see, for those that are asking the main question, for those that are minorities, such as myself, that are asking the main question, boom, 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 boom. Here it is, the main question. I'm going to answer it for you. Is it safe for minorities to live out here? Yes, it is a utopia. Everybody gets along. And you're going to see black people in the most best way. Because ain't nobody out here acting a goddamn fool. And I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to be done with it. When you see somebody with their pants sagging and looking all crazy, you're going to know that they're not from this area. Because that's just how Rivergate gets down, Steele Creek area gets down. Now, as you get closer, I'm going to be real with you. As you're going down South Tryon and you get past that food line, for those that live in the Steele Creek area, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Right before you get to Arsley is safe. But once you pass Arsley, where that food line, before you get to Arsley, that food line right there is hood. Once you pass Arsley and you go across that bridge of 485, Whitehall on the left-hand side and going straight further down, you at your own risk. Other than that, if you stay your ass in Steele Creek, it's beautiful. So I hope that, I put y'all on the game. For those that, because y'all keep on asking me the same redundant questions, and I'm not trying to be funny. Some of y'all are like new to the channel. Go to playlist on my channel, and you're gonna see from part 1 to like 75 of the different parts that I do of Charlotte. So if you're asking me, well, could you go to Huntersville? I already did it. I've already done it. Already done a video on it. Could you go to Valentine's? Already done a video on that. Could you go to South Park? Already done a video on that. Could you go to Northern District? I already done a video on that. Could you go to Concord? I already done a video on that. So for those that are kind of like, I'm not trying to like disrespect anybody, but those are a little slow, I'm going to put the link to all of the parts of a tour around Charlotte in the comment section. I'm not going to even do it I'm going to do it in both. I'm going to put it in the description section of this video as well as the comment section. Alright? So this is the last video I'm going to do on Steele Creek. This is like my 4th one. This is the reason why. If you don't know already, now you know. Self-explanatory. I showed you the reason why I live in this area. Other than that, my name is Langston2092. If you want to like the video, share it, subscribe to the channel. I mean, that'll be like much appreciated. Other than that, man, y'all have a good afternoon. Peace.